We hear about termites. What is termite?
Termite's an insect that lives in the ground. In Virginia, we have subterranean termites. They attack from the ground, usually around people's foundations. So whenever a house changes hands in Virginia, we have to do a termite inspection to make sure there's no carpenter bee or carpenter ant or termite problems on the home.
Hello, this is Victor with Century 21 and Pick to Buy and Sell. Stay with me today. I'm gonna be with Pest Now Inspector to inspect the house against wood-destroying insects.
Well, it's a visual inspection. Depending on generally areas that we check are going to be basements, below grade basements, and then we check garages, indoor garages around the slab area is another visual indicator that we can find. And then around the outside, obviously around the foundation, deck posts, things like that. So. Yeah, I'm Steve. I work with Pest Now. I'm a termite slash home inspector. We'll start in the garage. When they build the house, they pour a concrete slab. So they put what's called an expansion joint around the perimeter there, and that creates a gap. There's soil underneath the slab. Termites can use that to come up through the expansion joint and start attacking finished walls. We get about halfway up the wall, and you can see here with the mud coming up through the joint and going up into the drywall. This house has had an issue with termites. What termites do is when they come out of the ground, they don't stay moisturized. They use the mud to self-moisturize themselves. So they can come out of the ground, go to the food source, which is the 2x4s in the wood, and then go back down into the ground once they're done feeding. And this is drywall with studs behind it. So they're going after the studs, the wood inside the finished wall. And obviously you've got garage trim is made of wood. So I always check that as well because they can sneak up and attack the wood paneling around the garage door. And I don't see anything on this side. If you come here, see this? That's a bigger termite tunnel. You can see it's come out of this joint, it's built the mud up and it's going into the wall. So we've seen that, so I guess we'll head down to the basement. Here I'll follow the exterior wall. Check. What I'm looking for in the finished areas is any wood that looks damaged. The backside of drywall is actually made of paper. So that's a wood product. So I've seen it to where they've actually eaten through the drywall and you can see little pinholes in the drywall with mud coming out. That's the indicator that the finished wall has a problem with termites. Okay, so we're gonna start the outside. Looking for wrinkled wood. I mean, wrinkled wood could also mean wood rot. The difference between wood rot and termite damage. Wood rot, when you dig into the wood, it's gonna be damaged as well, but there's gonna be no signs of mud. Mud is an indication that you've got termites feeding on that particular piece of wood. Termites are we consider them kind of lazy feeders. They're always gonna stay closest to where the wood is on the house. So if you're gonna see signs of termites, generally on a home, you're gonna see them on the side where the ground is closer to the finished wall on the inside. So obviously here, the ground is very close to the walls, the studs that are inside the garage wall here. Another thing that we check for on these wood destroying insects inspections is we check for carpenter bees and carpenter ants. Generally around the deck area is where I see evidence of carpenter bees. Everything's good down this way. See how the foundation's, 8 to 10 feet away? You're never gonna see evidence on this side of the home, on the outside. So make our way back around the front and we'll check the stoop. Front stoop, generally in the basement where the front stoop is, an area where termites will attack through the front stoop to go to the front door or attack the unfinished wood in the ceiling in the basement. Everything else looks good.
Okay. Thank you so much for the information.
Sure, no problem.
So after this, you're going to send us the report?
Yes, sir. After this, I'm going to go ahead and send you a report. I'm going to recommend treatment for our findings that we found in the garage. I'm going to recommend that we do a drilling liquid treatment. We have to basically drill the concrete slab, and we have a steel rod that goes down into the slab and gets the termiticide into the soil where the termites are coming up. And then I would also suggest that we do a treatment around the foundation of the home as well. That involves digging a 6-inch trench and injecting the same liquid into the soil areas around the foundation of the home. It does, and our services do come with a 1-year warranty.
During the house sale process, homeowners need a certified pest control company to inspect and declaring the house free of visible evidence of live wood-destroying insects and free from visible damage. According to the house sale contract, if live or dead pests are found, treatment and repairs damage identified in the inspection report will be made at the seller's expenses.
I always recommend for new homeowners, termite warranty is essential. Also, prevention as well is an option where we can actually do a treatment around the whole home. If you do a liquid treatment, the product's good in the ground for several years after that.